What's going on, guys? It's your boy Brandon. I have a guest reactor with us, Jarred, my boy across oceans. Check the links in the description, my guy. But he wanted to hop on impromptu. We're going to be listening to the new Silent Planet song, Antimatter. We both haven't listened to it. It came out like, what, an hour ago, roughly? An hour and a half? The music
an hour and 20 minutes ago.
you know,
For some folks, yes.
For some folks, yeah. Not all of them. I don't know. Some of you might be having to wait for it, but I don't. Maybe you might know this. This might be a part of an album, right?
When I looked, I don't think that they're the website that I check for that stuff. I don't think they're announcing an album yet. This is probably the first single before they announce an album. Based on everything I've seen, I would anticipate an album before the end of the year, but they haven't announced it yet.
They did post clips, so I feel like it's inevitable, so, but
It is.
This is the first song on a potential album, possibly, maybe it might just be a single, an EP, I don't know. Who knows? We're going to check it out, and neither of us has listened to it, so this is going to be a first time. So, you ready to hop into this, Jarred?
Let's go.
It's a true... Oh, okay. This kind of has a little bit of a North Lane feel already.
Got some vibes. What?
This is weird. Oh, Nick's in the band. Ciao, it's Search of Solace, baby. Ooh. Bro. Ooh, I like that. Bleeded that in very well. This is insane.
What is happening?
Also, this music video is wacky.
The colors alone. The grading is really good.
The opening is so tight.
Oh, wide.
This goes hard.
We brace together.
That was wild. Jeez,
Let's get
man.
one more. Can we get another one going?
You want to go? You want to run it back? We'll run it back
No,
after,
no. I
but
just mean, let's get the next song on the
let's
album
get
or
to the
whatever is
yeah,
coming
yeah,
after that.
whatever. Yeah, we got it, guys. That
Man,
was Silent Planet's new song, Antimatter. I didn't know what to expect. To be fair, I was to be I love their band so much, and obviously to lose Tom is a sad thing. I love Tom's vocals. His cleans were just undeniably awesome, and I feel like with each record that they've done, he's simultaneously gotten better vocally. I think. Not that I
agreed.
feel like he was bad in the first records, but just like, oh man, fantastic clean vocalist. Somebody I certainly look up to as someone who's trying to learn vocals myself. Like I go back and listen to a lot of Silent Planet clean stuff, but that was interesting. I that beginning part, I was not expecting Garrett to do the cleans at the beginning. He sounds great, by the way.
He does, and it's a whole new aesthetic for Garrett, right? He had like usually in every music video, his hair's like down, it's wet. He's the grungy. Like this is like he has a necklace on, or he has a chain on. He's got his hair slicked back. Everything is like super poppy auto tune in the beginning, and then it just drops into this beautiful. But everyone looks a little bit more. Dare I say, like it's got like a Dayseeker vibe to it, almost
I
like
would
with the
say, yeah,
poppy
yeah,
type
yeah,
stuff, and
yeah.
just the aesthetic overall. I really liked. I liked a lot about this song. It was over before I really felt like it was getting going, but that's only because I wanted more kind of vibe.
Where it
Yeah.
clicked, yeah. I
Yeah.
agree with you on that. Like I feel like as I was getting into it, like it took me a little bit of a time to warm up to it because I was like, as soon as they start off with like that electronic beat at the beginning, I was like, oh, what are you doing? Like I did make a comment and say like it feels very North Lane esque. Um,
Mhm.
Especially if you listen to their most current record, Obsidian. I feel like that's where they've kind of blended that like heavy and obviously electronic sounds into what they do. Um, but that was good. It was very interesting. I didn't I think that is the best way I can describe the new song is that I think that it takes a while for it to kind of start up in your head where you're like this is different. Like cuz I feel like they've always had electronic influences, but they've been more of a like a back piece. This one feels like it's a way more a part of their project now going further. I would say. What do you think, Jared?
I think that this has a lot of Dan Bronstein's fingerprints on it, and
Oh,
he's done a lot of the same electronic industrial elements on the Spirit Box, right? Even on the last Silent Planet record, and then kind of even bleeding into some new Dayseeker stuff, like the super staccato feel with the industrial elements in the beginning and throughout the song. I think you're kind of seeing, or at least I'm seeing, this kind of natural or sort of, I guess, reinforced progression from the last couple of records that Bronstein's had his hands on, that Dan has had done with the Spirit Box and the Dayseeker, and now the newest sound. I mean, this is most likely going to be a single off of their new record that they're coming out with in before the end of the year. Um, and from my vantage point, this is just the next step. And it's interesting that they're doing this. So like Thomas leaves the band, and now they're like this is their next step. They're bringing in more. Garrett's more forefront with the singing, the cleans of his own, and I thought that was really interesting. In addition to the Bronstein electronic elements.
yeah, I feel like they I feel like the best way to describe it as well too is like it does feel as though they very much did like a turning of the leaf, right? Like I think sometimes bands when they lose members, they're a little bit more partial to kind of keeping their original sound and not jumping ship, right? And I feel like with this song, they were just like, we're gonna make a statement, regardless of the next songs we're gonna release. We want to let you know that this is what's going to be going further, and I don't think they could have picked a better song to send that journey, that like next step or that next journey for the band off because this one was highly entertaining. And I think that if anything, it gives you that momentum to listen to it again. Like as Jared said earlier, like it was over before it like you even kind of like mentally were able to catch up with it. So I feel as though this song is going to be one that as you repeat it and you listen to it more, you're going to get more out of it and you're going to understand kind of what they're going for just in general. But it is definitely like if you're an older like Silent Planet fan, this may seem like quite the jump, I would say.
Or yeah, it's kind of jarring. It's definitely like, especially the beginning part. It's unlike anything we've ever heard from Silent Planet for
I would agree.
sure. And they made it known in this music video. Like it was very purposeful in the way that they portrayed Garrett with the chain, with his hair slicked back, very non like from what we haven't seen from Garrett in music videos like Orphan, Panic Room, anything else where he's just all over the place and his
Feral,
hair's down and yeah, feral is the right word. And
yeah.
yeah, but like it wasn't something that was like, as somebody who's been a day one Silent Planet listener,
Same.
it
Yep.
felt like a natural progression to me with where the band is heading. And even though I would kind of, it took a minute for like I think like you said, it took a minute for me to kind of catch up and be like, oh, this is where they're going. When like a minute or two into the song, and by the time that like it really got going, I was like, "Oh, it's over." It almost feels like a song that's leading into another song, dare I say? Like, and we won't know until either the next single comes out or the album comes out. But it almost has that kind of feel where it's bleeding into another track right after this one.
Yeah, there's like some tension, right? Like especially
Yeah,
with the music video too, and that like person like crawling towards the end. It's like I feel like musically they're teasing the next thing as well as visually teasing the next thing. So I think it's a very interesting direction that they're going in, and I think ultimately it's it's going to I don't know if it's gonna really make or break the fan base because I feel like over the years they've kind of been able to kind of mold and change, you know, as the directions have kind of shifted, you know, obviously where Garrett fits in the band, where Tom fit in the band at the time, where you know, Mitch fit into the band, like all of their members like kind of collectively found their roles, right? I think that now, like that Tom is gone, it's like, okay, well, now we have a gap we have to fill. What are we going to do? And I think that that electronic sort of sensibility that has made its way in previous albums, I think was more of a like, okay, listen, like we need to add this in just to kind of I wouldn't necessarily say fill out the space, but just to be like, hey, we need something that would just kind of fill those melodies or those like different moments within the song that would make it more interesting or more appealing to somebody who just clicks on Silent Planet and doesn't know anything about them. I would say. I don't know.
and you know what? And you're right because in Alex in this music video had an electronic drum pad
Yes.
that was visible, and that wasn't anything that like usually he's like just going at the
Wailing.
drums in the music video. This little electronic drum pad, we've never seen that before. So this might be maybe this is the most palatable song, what people say, off of their new album, or maybe this is what we can expect more of them, more out of. Either way, I'm here for it.
I would agree. I think it was a great song, and also I think at the beginning Mitch was like on a like one of those pads as
Yeah,
well too. So I think that they're I think that they're trying to make an active effort to know that this is going to be integrated into future music, and I like it. I think this was a great song, and definitely one that I feel like you start off slow and you're like, I don't know if I like this or not. Like but then as the song kind of goes on, you get that heavy part, and I feel like that's when you know everybody gets dragged in a little bit. You're like, okay, they got that heavy element, and then I think once that second verse hits, where it's like that combination of like the OG like Silent Planet sound you know and love, and that new sound where they like kind of mix the two together. I think that's when most people are gonna. I would hope kind of have that like click in their head to be like, okay, this is their new sound. This is what they're going for. So I don't know. You have anything else to add, Jared?
just two thoughts. I think that they stayed true to themselves after that. I mean, again, every band, if you're not evolving, you're dying.
Yeah.
I feel like there are some there Silent Planet is one of those bands that is going sounds like they're going to evolve, and this seems again with the work they're doing with Dan, with the work they're doing now without Tom. I felt this wasn't. I didn't feel at any point that it was a fourth progression or
Okay. Mhm.
evolving state for them. I felt like it was very natural, even if it was different. And it took me a second to catch up. I went, oh, like you said, North Plains vibes. Got those vibes immediately, but also almost with their own spin on it. I'm excited to see what comes next for sure.
Yeah, it is going to be an interesting thing. So go check out the new Silent Planet track, Antimatter. If you enjoyed this reaction video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It goes a long way. I'm trying to hit 5K before the year's over with. So halfway there. So if you could help me get
We
there,
will.
that would
Let's
be
do it.
amazing. May or may not have a new project or a new thing, to come soon. So I'm just saying, you better keep your eyes peeled. It's going to be sick. I'm very excited. So thank you for watching. Hope to catch you guys in the next video. And Jarred, thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you so much, brother. Excited to be a part of it.
All right.